सिप अहम आत्मा, सिप अहम सिप अलग सिप आनंद की खोज, सिप चोटवानी अश्विन आत्मा इन रेवती, and sip Atmanand. Yes, sip Atmatray Bliko Bliss, Gigi, sip Girish Anand, Gurpreet, Harshal, iPhone, Kamalji, Krishna, Nemsong, Doctor, Nimi, sip Nothing, Parvati Amma, sip Premchandji, Rajanand, Rajesh, Rekha, Rumataji, Rutanu, Sadanand, sip Samatma, Sanjay, Siba, Siji, sip Jyoti, Siri, Sita, Siva, Soham, Sridhar, Sip Sukhi, Sundar, Sunil, Sunita, Viresh, Yogini, and the rest of you whom I cannot see. Welcome. Welcome. How can I become a master of my senses? Are you a master of your senses? Are you going to share with everybody on the call today? Or are you struggling? Right? So this is the challenge of today's call. I have with me Aham Atma and Ashwin. Aham Atma and Ashwin, who will be the opening batsmen. Come on, let's start. Are you the master of your senses?
Guruji, good evening, Krishnoham.
Krishnoham.
Yeah. Guruji, when I will become a master of senses means when my intellect is in command. When my intellect is in command, I will become the master of my senses. It's a very, very short answer. As you always say, I always want to be very brief. When my intellect is in command, I will become the master of my senses.
Okay, good question. How can I become a master of my senses when the intellect is in command? I like your short answer. I'm not going to expand. Let people also talk. How can I become a master of my senses when the intellect is in command? Ashwin, Sachiv, Nikhila, Umang, nothing, Siba. Atman has given a profound answer and he wants to leave it at that. Ashwin, how can I become a master of my senses?
So I'm talking about myself, Shivam Guruji.
Sure.
Basically, I'm the witness of my senses, not its prisoner. So when I'm meditating, I might get an itch here or something here, it affects my senses, basically. So I let it arise, and then because I'm focusing on my meditation, I also let it pass away, and I just move on. So basically, what I'm saying is I'm the witness of senses, but not its prisoner. I don't have to act on it.
Okay, good. The challenge is only what you say is correct. And what Atma said also is correct. But for the common man, the senses are drawing us. The senses are drawing us, the eyes, the nose, the ears, the tongue, the skin. The senses are drawing us away into, and they're making us think and blink and sink. How do we deal with it? How do I deal with the senses? So it's a tough challenge for those people who are struggling. Good answers up to now. Let me hear some more. Yes, Ashwin?
Yeah, I was going to say, in a way, it reflects on the question that I asked you yesterday. Can spiritual discipline and spontaneity coexist without conflict? So here there is the conflict, but you will try to move on and try to focus on consciousness and awareness, as you said yesterday.
This question, Ashwin, and even Ahmatma and the rest, when we become a master of our senses, something very deep happens. In fact, I am trying to get to that point. I am trying to get to the point, the ultimate point, that is the real key to the secret of life. And some people, and especially in the scriptures, many of you who are so used to scriptures, they speak so demeaningly. इंद्रियों को काबू में लाना है. You must be able to control the senses. Have you heard that? How it makes it look like the senses are villain. The senses are the real villain. How can I become a master of my senses? So we are trying to get to that. Nikhila, thank you. Nikhila, nothing. Siba Rumataji, Atmadeep Krishna Yogini, and Siva. We have many people on the screen.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
So when you're a master of your senses, that means you're enlightened, right? Almost. Is that true?
When you're a master of your senses, you have got the visa of enlightenment.
Okay, okay.
But that does not mean that you're past the immigration officer.
Okay, okay. So I am not a master of my senses. If that is the question, if it is like personal, because Ashwin ji said, when I'm meditating or when the phone dings or something, your attention automatically goes to that. And but in some ways I think I am a master because of my body, especially maybe in consuming the food I have controlled and I don't get tempted. I have my disciplines and all that. But can it be applied to other things like pain in my body? Then I can't ignore that, right? I'm drawn to the spot where the pain is there. So in some ways it's yes, some ways it's no. So yeah, that's my answer.
So therefore, the key word is called master.
Mm-hmm.
Master means, for example, I don't know how many times you've seen, yesterday I went to a Thai restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
There were 100 people in the Thai restaurant, very beautiful restaurant called Thailando. And very funny thing happened. As I was eating in the Thai restaurant, there was suddenly a bark. Oh, oh, oh. And I wondered, I said, is there a dog in the restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
And then after a few minutes, again, boo, 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 boo. And then it went on louder and louder. And then I realized that the master of the dog was not in command of the dog. Because the dog was screaming. Obviously, they have not fed the dog and brought him, or they've not given goodies or whatever.
Yeah.
So when we are a master of our senses, there are two major things that happen. The first major thing which I'm talking now, I hope the second major thing will be before the end of the call. The first major thing is all our senses, eyes, nose, ears, tongue, and skin. Suppose yesterday I saw something that triggered me to be angry. If I became angry, if we call it RDX, if I react, destroy, and explode, that means I am not a master.
Correct.
But if I respond through my intelligence, I respond. That means I have been able to control the toxic emotions of my mind or my ego that were getting my senses to react. What do senses do? We react or we act. We are. Suppose we are eating. Yes, you said I have a control on my eating. So there is no ETP. ETP means you don't enjoy the portion. We want to gobble, 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 as if by eating 4 of the same items, especially desserts. If you eat rasgulla, one rasgulla, it's not enough. You want second rasgulla, we want third rasgulla. But actually the taste of the first and second and third, if you eat the first one bit by bit, enjoying the bite by bite, you don't need 2 and 3.
Yeah, right.
But are we in command? That is, then Nikhila, there's one step beyond it. When you become a master of your senses, which is what we want to get to today. So where you're at a level where you are controlling your senses. So there are 2 levels. Level 1, I am controlling my senses. And level 2, I have become a master of my senses.
Yeah, so controlling means like, you are trying to refrain from having it even though you're tempted. But mastery means, so you are no longer tempted even because my body and my mind are attuned to certain foods and the healthy foods. And when I see a rasgulla or something, it never occurs to me that it's a food that I should eat.
Therefore, you overcome temptation. You overcome greed, you overcome temptation, you overcome desire. So these are signs of mastery.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So that's
if you
great.
reach, if you reach that state where you have overcome temptations and desire and greed, then you can say I am become a master. But is that all? Is That's the question today? When I say, when we talk of being a master in this Zoom call, it is at the next level. So we want to go to the next level. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
So observe the level. It's very, very important for us to observe level. I'm sure some one of you in the call is going to give the answer. I will not have to give the answer, but I think many of you in this call know the answer. Nothing.
Perfect.
Thank
Thank you.
you, Nika. Nothing. Siba Atmadeep Krishna.
Shivam, sir.
Sir.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Not related to this topic, some personal thing. So, some amazing incident happened in my office, so related to that. Is it okay to say something like किसी को कुछ बोलना? Is it okay in the sake of that कि किसी को कुछ disheartened वर्ड बोलना in the sake of that कि मेरा नेचर गुस्से वाला है और बाद में जाके सॉरी बोल देना? ये तो सही नहीं है ना सर?
अगर किसी को कंट्रोल नहीं है तो सॉरी बोलना सेकंड बेस्ट ऑप्शन है ना. फर्स्ट बेस्ट ऑप्शन क्या है?
कि बोलो
फर्स्ट
ही मत.
बेस्ट ऑप्शन है गुस्सा ही नहीं, गुस्सा से कुछ गलत बोलना ही नहीं. और
Okay.
सेकंड बेस्ट ऑप्शन क्या है? Always the
कि
second best option is to say sorry. Some people, they find it difficult even to say sorry. Some people, the ego is so high कि sorry बोलना बड़ी बात हो गया. अरे मैं sorry क्यों बोलूं? The ego does not want. This is where you're not a master of your senses. आज का topic. मैं क्यों बोलूं? मैं sorry क्यों बोलूं? So the senses are not willing to, the senses are not willing to accept. नहीं मैं sorry नहीं बोलूंगा मैं. So this is a challenge
but
of life.
but don't you think first part need to be controlled? Sorry तो is like कि पहले जख्म दिए फिर मलहम लगा दिया. It's okay, like simple thing. So
As
rather than
I told you, the first option is that we should not get angry. That's the first option. But the second
okay,
option, अबे हो गया, हमने कुछ उल्टा सीधा किया, कुछ बोला, कुछ किया, फिर क्या सॉल्व? What's the second best option? क्या करना? प्यार से सॉरी बोलना. नॉट ओनली सॉरी बोलना, प्यार से. आई एम सॉरी, आई एम रियली सॉरी यार, मैंने तुम्हें ऐसे किया ना, आई एम सॉरी. क्या होगा? क्या नुकसान होगा? नुकसान तो कुछ नहीं है ना. But we are not master. We are not the master of our body, mind, ego. इसलिए then it becomes a bad karma. Then if हमने कुछ ऑफिस में गलत बोला, तो then it be you. आपने गलत बोला है, आपसे कोई गलत बोला?
नहीं सर, मेरे से किसी ने गलत बोला तो
अरे
like
आपने किसी ने गलत बोला तो उसमें सिर्फ देखो ना, खत्म हो गया ना बात.
my second question is this: as
हाँ.
we are working on my enlightenment, मैं अभी like उस extremely E1 to E10 मैंने control नहीं किया. I am seeking and I am working on the same. So I am working to be free from mind. I am working on E1 and E2. तो अभी 100% नहीं है कि I am free, तो मुझे कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा. Somehow थोड़ा सा मतलब it's okay. I am using my intellect, बुद्धि, I every time consciousness, flipping back everything. But somehow it's for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 10 minutes, it's impacting. So being a seeker or being a developing, like I in the developing stage.
Mr. Nothing. People
Yes, sir.
react not in 2 minutes and 3 minutes. People react in 2 seconds. People react in 2 seconds. ठीक है?
So
2 मिनट तो बड़ी
okay.
बात है. 2 मिनट तो पूरे बिल्डिंग में आग लग जाएगी. 2 मिनट तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. 2 seconds में टू 10-20 seconds में पूरा हांगकांग, लंदन से न्यूयॉर्क तक फ्लाइट पहुंच सकती है. ऐसा हो जाता है एक्सप्लोजन में. और देन
Sir,
see, I told you people to do suicide. You know how long it takes for people to do suicide? Seconds. It takes only few seconds. किसी ने बकवास माइंड को एक्सेप्ट किया, गुस्सा हो गया, डिप्रेस्ड हो गया, बिल्डिंग से ऊपर जंप किया, मर गया, खत्म हो गया, मर गया 5 सेकंड में. 5 सेकंड्स में इंसान मर गया. फिर So I hope you did not react. Did you react?
No. So I didn't react it, but but some toxic thoughts created in my mind. Not toxic like what you said, suicidal tendency, not like that. Ki anger just came for 1 or 2 seconds, 2 minutes. So how to control that? Being a learner and being a
After
on the
after anger comes and anger goes, you just say sip, thank you. अभी anger आया चले गया. तो आपने कुछ किया नहीं, मतलब आप you're growing, you're improving.
okay.
Anger coming and going is not a problem. Anger coming and you exploding, that's the problem. If anger is coming and anger is going, is okay. You must in London there are two type of trees. One is the oak tree and one is the willow tree. When the wind blows, the oak tree resists, it breaks. When the wind blows, the willow tree just bends and the winds pass away. We should be like that. Okay.
Thank you,
Good.
sir.
Siba,
Okay.
Siba, Atmadeep, Krishna, and Yogini. Siba,
Pranam Guruji. Sorry.
Pranam.
Sorry. Sorry.
बोलो क्या सॉरी क्या बोल रही है बोलो.
हाँ Guruji. Saudhan, by using technique Saudhan and Vishram Guruji. Saudhan means hosh, awareness. And then Vishram means PQT time Guruji. With this both technique we can control our senses Guruji.
Okay, good ideas for everybody to try. Atmadeep. But there's much more than that. We have to go deeper. Huh? Atmadeep.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. According to me, senses prima facie हमको पहले acknowledge होना चाहिए कि जो हम कर रहे हैं हमारे action का dictator कौन है, like कहाँ से आ रहे हैं वो action. If this is coming from because of the mind and senses, तो फिर वो mind के control में है, वो intellect में नहीं है. और once the intellect will dictate then senses, जो उन्होंने अभी recently एक discussion हुआ था mind and ego पे, and then there was the example of chariot and horses and the who is the controller. So it is like that only. मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है. But this my question today regarding the same anger thing, like impulsively जो आपने बताया RDX to RDR, that we all know, but still who is the originator of the anger? Like mind only, because intellect can never be into the that
Anger,
this self destruction.
anger does not come from mind. Anger comes from ego. The anger
Okay,
comes
so
from I. Man. Why did you not listen to me? Huh? Me? मैंने बोला तुम्हें, तुमने मेरी बात नहीं समझी. मैं तुम्हारे आंखें निकाल दूंगा, खून कर दूंगा तुम्हारा. I will kill you. ये कौन बोल रहा है? Ego. EGO. Ejects God out. EGO. ये ego जो है ना, ego. Ego is a product of the mind. But ego by itself becomes another monster in our life.
okay, so how can we be aware of that कि मतलब अभी जैसे I am not the mind, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the ego. तो ये ego वाला itself is a big deal. मतलब
It's not a big deal, it's a very big deal. इसलिए in the scripture, we have to transcend BME, body, mind, ego. There are three aspects. The
but sir
ego
अगर
creates,
हम
एक मिनट, the
like
ego creates pride, greed and selfishness. ये pride, greed and selfishness में इंसान मर जाता है. ये pride, greed and selfishness is a very dangerous thing. The ego, if the ego is there, you cannot take control of your senses. Senses will become under the control of the ego.
अच्छा, अगर हमने एलिमिनेट कर दिया माइंड को भी, तो भी हमें ये ध्यान रखना है कि जो मतलब जैसे हम कहते हैं कि शैडोड बाय माइंड समटाइम द इंटेलेक्ट, जब हम बहुत वेग डिसीजन ले रहे होते हैं या हमें पता नहीं होता, दैट टाइम इटसेल्फ इज ईगो इज इंटरफेयरिंग विद द इंटेलेक्ट. ये
Atmadeep,
इशू आता है.
you must be very clear what is body, what is mind, what is ego. Body क्या जानते हैं आप?
सेंसेस लाइक बेसिक प्लेजर ऑफ
बॉडी
लाइफ, की
आप
चाहे खाना हो गया, कुछ भी
बॉडी
हो गया.
आपका हेड टू टो है. आपके हाथ, पांव, किडनी, लंग्स, ब्लड, बोन्स, सेंसेस, ईटिंग, वॉकिंग, सब वो बॉडी हो गया. ठीक है.
जी.
माइंड क्या
माइंड
है?
वो
माइंड है ही नहीं, माइंड तो सिर्फ ख्यालों का गुच्छा है, इट्स ओनली अ बंडल ऑफ टॉक्सिक थॉट्स, वो ठीक है।
वो भी यस, डन, क्लियर। देन वेयर इज द ईगो?
ईगो इज एन आइडेंटिटी, ईगो इज द आइडेंटिटी की आई एम आत्मदीप, आई ईगो इज द आइडेंटिटी।
Okay, but Atmadeep is my spiritual journey name, and I think I am not yet fully Atmadeep because आज ही
हाँ
कुछ disagreement हुआ और then I was completely shouting and after that I'm like पूरी energy चली गई, कुछ हुआ नहीं result, and why did I
हाँ
even cry? मतलब क्यों इतना जोर से बोला मैंने? तो मुझे
हाँ।
ऐसा लग रहा है कि ego is still prevalent, मतलब कुछ तो
ईगो,
problem चल रही है।
ego is one of the most dangerous enemies of enlightenment.
ओके,
If
यू
the
सेड कि प्राइड और सेल्फिशनेस और तीसरा क्या था?
greed,
ग्रीड। सो
this
लालच
create
तो नहीं था मुझ में, सेल्फिशनेस भी नहीं था, लेकिन आई थिंक प्राइड वाज अटैच्ड टुडे।
pride आ गया तो मतलब आई आ गया ना, आई। The
ओके।
ego that stands tall like a wall must fall. Otherwise, if you have ego, you are bound to develop anger, hate, revenge, and jealousy. अगर किसी के जिंदगी में anger, hate, revenge, jealousy है, उसका मतलब है they are the slave of the ego. And as long as you are the slave of the ego, you will burn and you will
यस,
return.
इट्स अ सेल्फ, इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ कि अपने ही हाथ से खुद को जलाना, एक टाइम, एक एनर्जी और खुद का माइंड,
लेकिन
सब
ईगो
कुछ।
क्या बोलता है? मेरा हाथ जलने
बिकॉज
दो।
आई
आज
एग्जिस्ट।
ये
या
ईगो तो
मतलब
ये
मैं
बोलता
कुछ
है,
तो हूँ।
ईगो ईगो तो ये बोलता है मेरा हाथ जलने दो, मैं किसी और को जलाऊंगा, मैं उसको जलाऊंगी, मैं उसको छोड़ूंगी नहीं, जलाऊंगी साली को। ये कौन बोलता है?
नहीं नहीं।
नहीं नहीं, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग, ये कौन बोलता है? ईगो बोलता है, ईगो से आई डोंट केयर, मेरा हाथ जल जाए उसको जलाऊंगी।
ओ वाओ,
तो
ये तो मैंने सोचा
ईगो,
ही नहीं था।
ओ ईगो इज टू बैड, ईगो इज टू बैड।
सर
द
आपने एक पॉडकास्ट किया
सुनिए,
था, आई मीन उसका शॉर्ट्स था, मैं मेरे को वो लाइन रिपीट करनी है कि प्रतिष्ठा की विष्ठा में, तो ये प्राइड जो आप कह रहे हैं वो वही चीज है क्या? मतलब कुछ
आई एम
ऐसी
नॉट
लाइन
वेरी
थी
गुड
कि
इन हिंदी।
लोग है ना
इन हिंदी, हिंदी में, इंग्लिश में मीनिंग बताइए, व्हाट इज इट प्रतिष्ठा में, व्हाट इज इट इन इंग्लिश?
द मतलब विष्ठा का मीन्स हो गया एक्सक्रीटा, एंड प्रतिष्ठा मतलब हो गया अगेन प्राइड, एंड प्राइड या
नो, बिकॉज
समथिंग
आई
है, तो
टोल्ड,
मतलब जो जो चीजें मतलब हिंदी वाले लोग जो ऐसे बोलते हैं ना, अपने आप को जताते हैं, वैसा कुछ सीन था। बट या इट्स, प्लीज कंटिन्यू, बिकॉज मुझे आज ये पॉइंट हटाना ही है खुद से
लेट
कि
मी टेल
एंगर
यू,
क्यों डेवलप हो
ओके,
रहा है।
very, let's be very clear about it. In this world, the turning point is the E. The
जी,
turning point, for example, body, mind, and ego. I am not the body, I am not the mind. इसको ये किसको एहसास होना है? ईगो को
ये
एहसास
मुझे,
होना है।
अच्छा,
आई शुड अंडरस्टैंड, आई शुड रियलाइज। जब तक ये आई नहीं समझता है कि आई एम नॉट द बॉडी, आई एम नॉट द माइंड, आई एम द एनलाइटेंड सोल, ये आई, एवरीथिंग डिपेंड्स ऑन द आई।
देन सर जो मुझे लास्ट प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, मेरे को अभी से एकदम से माइंड में आया कि ये आई जो है वो आइडेंटिटी क्राइसिस नहीं चाहता, मतलब कि फिर मेरा क्या होगा, मतलब मैं मर जाऊंगा टाइप्स, तो वो उसका उसको उसको कैसे रिप्लेस कर दूं?
सी, द आई इज इग्नोरेंट। ये जो आई है, आई स्टैंड्स
जी,
फॉर इग्नोरेंस। बिकॉज हु इज आई? ये आई कौन है?
जिसने मतलब जो भी सो फार जिसने भी मतलब सोसाइटी वाइज या फैमिली वाइज जो आइडेंटिटी मेरी अटैच हो गई है मुझसे इस दीपिका नाम से, वो एग्जिस्ट कर रही है, वो
तो
आत्मदीप
मैं
कन्वर्ट नहीं हुई
तो,
है।
तो मैं दीपिका हुई नहीं ना, मैं आत्मदीप हुई ना, मैं तो आत्मदीप हूं ना। If I remain Deepika, if as long as I am Deepika, I am whatever, right? So the name that unless I realize I am not Deepika, I am Atmadeep, then the ego is beginning its journey of being free from the body and mind.
ओके, बट इट इज वेरी टफ स्टिल,
No,
मैं खुद
no,
पे काम।
no, no, it's not tough at all. It's not tough at all. It is your resolution. इट इज योर रिजॉल्व टू, सुनिए, आप मानो ना मानो, आप दीपिका नहीं है, आप आत्मदीपी है। योर नेम में भी दीपिका, यू आर नॉट दीपिका। ये तो अनलेस आप अविद्या में रहना चाहते हैं, वो अलग बात है। इफ यू
नो
इफ
नो,
यू
आई
वांट टू बी,
डोंट वांट टू रिमेन इन डार्कनेस फॉर श्योर।
तो
तभी
फिर
तो मेरे
how
मन
can you be
से ये
Deepika?
सवाल आया।
ये दीपिका कौन है? दीपिका एक नाम है। किसका नाम है? ये बॉडी का नाम है। बॉडी तो मर जाएगा, मैं थोड़ी बॉडी हूँ। मैं कौन हूँ? मैं आत्मा
आई
हूँ।
एम द यस।
फिर हो गया, ईगो इज एनलाइटेंड। इससे सिंपल क्या हो सकता है? इट्स इजियर देन मेकिंग मसाला डोसा।
Okay, so there is no identity crisis because there is no Deepika, there is only Atmandeep, and hence when Atmandeep is going to merge with the SIP, so hence no ego issue.
No,
I
where
will
the
contemplate and at the same time जो भी situation आएगी उससे मुझे पता चलेगा कि कितना सीखा मैंने. Thank you so much.
yeah, good. So this is all part of this. The last 1 week we've been struggling on the same subject. We are going on and on, but this is the mastery we need. And what happens to this mastery? This mastery makes us peaceful, blissful, joyful, cheerful, grateful. This, this. Otherwise, what happens? हम जल जाते हैं, we burn. I mean, people who are burning, they just burn मतलब जैसे आग लगती है, वो आग लगने में लोग किसी को भी जला सकता है, ऐसा है. Oh, you become mad. You have no sense. You have no ability. You have no ability to discriminate. You become crazy. Then what happens? Then you are finished. And in that moment of craziness, you can do just sometimes one bad email, one bad message, one bad telephone call, one can destroy your life. Okay? So, okay, Deepika has done Krishna. And this discussion has gone to a different level, but we'll bring it back. In the next 30 minutes, we'll bring it back. But very, very important last 1 week from the time of the retreat in Bangalore, this whole flow has been very, very constructive. Krishna, Yogini, Siva, Sachiv.
Sir, it's Krishna Ham.
Krishna.
So of course, our understanding or realization is definitely there that I am not the body and I am the divine soul. And unless, so that is what we see in you, unless you are intoxicated in that subconsciousness, unless you realize that you are that temple where the divine is within, I think we will continue to be, the slaves of body. And you have given so many examples of that old woman who goes up the hill and taints her senses. And I also remember one line of yours which some Swami said, जो इंसान देह को मैं समझता है ये सबसे बड़ा पाप है, सब पाप इसके पुत्र है, something like that.
देह को जो मैं समझे, देह को जो मैं समझे, ये सबसे बड़ा पाप है. सब पाप इसके पुत्र है, ये पापों का बाप है. हिंदी में सही, my Hindi is not too good, but देह को जो मैं समझे, ये सबसे बड़ा पाप है. देह को जो मैं, the one who thinks the body is I, is the biggest sinner, world's greatest sin.
So now today your question is how to be a master of your body unless that identity, we know we are not the body, but have the cravings gone, or are you still craving for something? Because as you said, senses are very important. Our sense organs are important. I cannot, destroy my eyes or ears, or it's all important for my further journey also. So, but the direction to turn within like a tortoise, to be in Siddha Pragya is important. And my personal experience, I would like to say in the retreat, yes, I lost my cool. I don't know from where to where I fell down, but I'm so grateful because now my practices are more intense and I am more yearning for the divine. मतलब मुझे इतना अच्छा लगा कि the divine showed me this can happen anytime if you are not in control. It is not control, actually, it is restraint of your senses. And be careful about every word you speak, what you see, what you listen, where you go, with whom you are. So everything is so important, sir. And yeah, we see you like that. Yeah.
So therefore, Krishna, you said something very important, but you didn't elaborate on it. Senses are very important. Without senses, you can't be enlightened.
Yeah.
A person without senses, can they be enlightened?
True. Yes.
Therefore, imagine you have no eyes and no ears. Then how will you see, and how will you read, and how will you be enlightened?
Exactly. So, but sir, the realization very clearly from the retreat, I am not the body. of course I'm the divine soul, but हमको वो transcend करने के लिए we are taking time to move to that higher self, to be in that subconsciousness.
That's so you right. You know what? That's why I keep telling you all the importance of sadhana. And you all sometimes don't understand. Sadhana does not mean running here, running there, running, doing this one, that one. Sadhana means the ability to contemplate on the truth and the ability to take your journey forward. So Krishna, every one of us has your journey, and Shiva and Siri and Ahamsip is not the same. Everybody has a different family, a different situation. Each one must evaluate, where am I on this journey? Which of my senses is not under my control? What is the problem with my mind? Where am I weak? Where am I weak? Where am I losing? This is sadhana. This is the sadhana that we need to improve on, because we are each one is I had my own problems. After 2014, I did not straight away become a magician. Oh, in 2015, I was still doing crimes. In 2015, I was doing crimes after being awakened. So then I got up and I told myself, stop it, stupid, stupid, stupid. And slowly, 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 with the grace of SIP, you become a master of your senses. It has taken a lot of time for me to reach that point where I can say I am reasonably, I have
So,
some
but
control.
yeah. So may I ask you one more thing? When you're saying whether you scripture say or you say control your senses or restrain your senses, हम लोग इस journey में बहुत ज़्यादा yearning हो जाएंगे. Our passion is on this. बाकी सब automatically हमारा खत्म हो जाता है ना?
But of course, because your entire energy is going towards this. If you're sailing in that one boat towards SIP, if your entire life is mumukshutva, jigyasa, you have nothing else in your life, then where will you go? Today, look at my life. I have nothing else in my life. What I am doing in my life? I have no other agenda. If I have nothing else in my life, everything in my life is this journey, then if I may be in Switzerland. In Switzerland also I'm doing Zoom call now. I'm not doing something else. I'm doing everything. I'm writing a book. I'm doing Zoom. I'm writing a bhajan. I'm doing Instagram. So wherever I am completely in sync with SIP. All the time, SIP, 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 SIP. That is the way.
So we don't have to change because I'm involved in many social activities. I am, but now my, the eyes or the way of seeing it has changed. Because होना है तो मतलब वो stress नहीं लेता है and it is moving smoothly. But we can continue as a divine instrument. We don't have to stop and turn and be within and all that. No.
You don't have to do anything. You have to just be a divine instrument. Everything can be continued with it as long as you see SIP in all. Now wherever I'm going today, I gave 25 happiness bands to people. Everybody is going crazy. Wherever I'm giving Dutch people, French people, Italian people, and they're all reading and they're all happy, they're laughing, they're smiling. So wherever we are, we can continue the journey. We must continue the journey. Huh?
That is how you use your sense organs for the divine work.
So this is where I want to end the call with this aspect. I will explain this aspect hopefully before the end of the call. So it's not only being able to control your senses, being a master means also to use your senses. So you've given the answer, but I will elaborate it a little bit more. I've done in one Zoom call 1 or 2 years back. If you remember, I have given details of this one in one Zoom call.
Yeah, that time I was completely immersed in Gita. I was thinking, what are you saying?
Okay, so today's Gita's picture only. So we will try to explain the detail of this. This 5-horse theory is a very beautiful theory which we have not interpreted correctly. So we must understand it. Okay, Yogini, Shiva, Sachiv, and Narendra.
Shivoham, sir.
Shivoham.
The senses are drawing us to fulfill with awareness. पर वो जो इतने सालों से दबा हुआ है इच्छाएं जो है, तो अभी अगर हम लोग उसे पूरा कर रहे हैं विद अवेयरनेस, तो इज दैट रॉन्ग?
कौन सी इच्छाएं?
लाइक ट्रैवल होवे or to go somewhere to meet people.
What travel? Where you are going to travel? As long as you are going with sip on the lip, what is the problem? If suppose you are going for travel, but you forget SIP. Some people, they forget Zoom call, they forget Instagram. Then they come back after 1 week and they say, "Sir, मैं यहाँ गई, वहाँ गई, यहाँ गया, वहाँ गया." Zoom call को गोली मारो, Instagram को गोली मारो. That means you're lost control of your own sadhana, your journey.
Because we are losing touch with this, you feel guilty that it's better not to go and
It's
attend
not
this
about,
call.
man, it's not about feeling guilty. See, suppose you wherever I'm on Zoom call or no?
You are on Zoom call, but
Wherever I may be. I
hmm,
try not to miss the Zoom call, Instagram. Today I'm walking near the lake. Time ho gaya. I could not get Wi-Fi also. Suddenly they told me your SIM card is deactivated. Immediately I switched on to another SIM phone and I connected. But we should be committed to SIP. The purpose of life is to be committed with SIP. If we are committed somewhere else, मतलब और एक चक्कर आना है. Not only अभी यहाँ पे दर्द, वहां पे दर्द, ये pain, that pain, ये problem in life, ये problem in family. और एक बार repeat means you want to come back one more time.
no,
Yogini, you
no,
want to
no,
come back one more time and repeat the same story.
no, sir, no, sir.
So some people don't understand. Some people, they don't understand. When lady came, she said, I'm suffering a lot. I'm suffering a lot. I said, then why don't you get mukti? थोड़ा टाइम और एक 5 साल के बाद आई विल वर्क ऑन मुक्ति. अरे 5 साल के बाद व्हाट्स द गारंटी 5 साल के बाद you have to get liberated today, enlightened,
So मेरा
awakened today.
problem है when I am alone, I am okay. Like I am spiritual, I do follow everything. Once I am in a group, I am forgetting that. That is a very big mistake I am doing.
That's
So
the
I don't know
topic of
how to
today.
come back to that.
You're not a master of your senses. अभी अभी यही आज का टॉपिक तो यही है ना. You're not a master of
हाँ,
your
तो
senses.
अभी मैं वही बता रही हूँ कि how to, where do I correct myself?
Lord Krishna told Arjuna,
Being
the
group,
पांच घोड़ा, तुम 5 घोड़ा जो है अपने हाथ में पकड़ो. So you must build a good satsang. The problem is your sang. If your sang is wrong, suppose I have a partner and my partner is taking me in the opposite direction, I am disaster, no? Suppose I am a pa- I had a partner one day. Every day the partner says, I want wine, I want whiskey. Every day I want wine, I want whiskey, I want tequila, I want this one. ऐसा partner मेरे साथ होगा all the time. Every day I have to get my partner one bottle of wine. Every day I have to get whiskey. Then how will my journey ever progress? Every day my partner says, today I want tandoori chicken, tomorrow I want to have mutton biryani, day after I want fried fish. Every day my partner is wanting to have all tamasic and rajasic food. Then what happens to my journey? My journey is my journey. I have to understand it is my journey. I cannot care. Bhaad mein jao. I don't care about anybody. Yogini, it is your journey of life. It is not your people who are around you. उनके कर्म अलग है. आपका जिंदगी, आपकी जिंदगी, आपका कर्म is yours. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying.
yes,
You
very
cannot
well,
let
sir.
you cannot let
Yes,
somebody else control yourself, your body, mind, ego. You need to control it. Imagine I sit in the car and I tell
okay.
somebody else to drive. Imagine I sit in the car, I tell somebody else to drive the car. They drive the car and I have a crash. Then what happens? So I gave somebody the car keys. वो गाड़ी में crash हो गया, अभी मेरा टांग कट गया. मेरा टांग कट गया तो नुकसान तो मुझे हुआ ना. शिवा.
पर मेरी
Okay, I
इच्छाओं
hope.
का क्या है, सर?
इच्छाओं. क्या इच्छा? बोलो कौन सी इच्छा है? आपकी क्या
नहीं,
इच्छा है?
बहुत सारे ऐसे. तो अगर ये मुझे फुलफिल करना है तो मुझे
I,
ऐसे
I don't know. I don't know.
माहौल
Seeing
में
you,
जाना ही पड़ता है.
I know some people try every day they want to do new hair color, every day new nail polish, every day new
नहीं,
dress, every day. आपका I don't see so much fashionability in you.
नहीं,
आप
मतलब मेरा
पूरा दिन
ट्रैवल
आप
बहुत.
travel.
No, I don't do anything of all that. I don't do
Only
anything of all
travel.
that.
Who's asking not to travel? Be in consciousness when you travel. You're losing consciousness when you travel. That's the problem.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Are you willing to give up your spiritual life for travel? Today, if I have
No,
to
that
give up my, if today I have to give up my travel or I have to give up my spiritual life, what will I give up?
travel.
I will give up my travel. My travel cannot be more important than my spiritual life. If I have to give up my travel, I'll give it today. I will give it up today. So let us be clear about it. Shiva,
Thank you,
Sachiv, Harendra Yadav, and Shivoham. Shiva,
Shivoham Guruji.
Shiva.
Guruji, there are 5 Gnanendriyas and 5 Karmendriyas. The Gnanendriyas are said to be Sattvic and the Karmendriyas as Rajasic. So the easiest way to control the senses is feeding the senses with pure materials. Like being in the satsang, hearing to Upanishads or singing bhajans, kirtans. This is the easiest way. By feeding with the pure materials,
So
you will
please
develop
explain.
one-pointedness of the mind.
Please explain to the group. Now you have brought a new concept of Gyanendriya and Karmendriya. Please explain to the group.
The mind.
What are the Gyanendriyas?
Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and hands.
What are the Karmendriyas?
The Karmendriyas are the speech, hands, feet, organ of excretion, and organ of generation, reproduction.
So basically, these Karmendriyas are what are the functions of the Gyanendriyas, correct?
Guruji. But the Karmendriyas function is Rajasic.
Yeah. The point is, Shiva, the problem, don't get too technical with the scripture. What we are saying, whether it is the mouth or whether it's talking, whether it's the hand, it's the skin, or whether it's grasping or walking, all these Gyanendriya and Karmendriya, basically the 5 macro ears, mouth, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. How do we control these senses? These senses, what you're saying, Sattvic life, Sattvic sadhana is a very beautiful thing in life to take charge of your senses. But to become a master of your senses, I want to now bring this point in, since Shiva, Krishna brought the point in, so I'm now giving, because the time is not left, too much time. We must not only be able to control our senses, but we should be able to use our senses to be able to be enlightened. We must use our eyes, what you're saying, to see the right things. We must use our ears. We must use our mouth, our tongue to say the right things, to not to say the wrong things. So every indriya, Gyanendriya, Karmendriya, whatever the way you are dividing them, in the 5 senses that we normally refer to, the eyes, the nose, the ears, the tongue, the skin, these indriyas must not only be under our control, but they must be under our command. Please understand, I'm giving you 2 key words. They must not only be under our control, they must be under our command. Krishna, you heard this? There are 2 different words. Under our control means they don't go in the wrong direction. Under our command means they go in the right direction. I hope you get that too. There are 2 different functions of how can I become the master of the senses? So this is here. See, and this is what happens. One C and another C. When one C and another C get joined together, then only the circle is completed. What are the 2 C's that must join together? One C is we control them, and one C is we command them. They are under our command. So, like Yogini said, I have desires. I have desires to travel. Now, the desire to travel is okay, but is your desire to travel going in the right direction of your destination that you are seeking? Or if your desire to travel, like I told, if you forget, suppose you forget every day Instagram, every day Zoom call. 1 week you forget and you show me, you will be toxic. 1 week you forget Instagram and Zoom call, you will lose your purity. Because so much of the samsara will sink into you, so much will get into you, that it will get into your roots.
Yes.
So therefore, what you're saying, that we must not only control our senses, Shiva, what you're saying, we must command them. We must use our eyes to see Prabhu. We must use our tongue to do jap, to do kirtan. We must use our ears to listen to spiritual podcast or good things. We must see, sip in all, serve, sip in all. All this is part of commanding our senses.
Yes, Guruji.
Are you okay? Are you with me?
Yes, Guruji.
Thank you.
Guruji,
Sachin?
point. One
Yes.
more
Yes,
point
sir.
is they mention is the scriptures lay a lot of stress is control of tongue of all the indriyas, because
Tongue
they
is the
say
most,
that the tongue is the most turbulent form of turbulent indriya, and
tongue
they
is a snake. Tongue is a snake.
yeah,
How it hisses. The tongue is a snake. And they say to block the tongue, there are 32 teeth. Why there are 32 teeth? You close your mouth. You close your mouth like this. How can the tongue speak? If you are able to lock the teeth, can your tongue speak?
no Guruji.
I want to tell you, I want to tell you that I will shout at you now. I am very angry on you. I am I am very angry on you. I am gone. You can lock that snake within the chamber of your mouth.
Yes, Guruji.
But
So
once the tongue spits poison, then the problem is started. Then the fire has started.
yes, Guruji.
Huh? So we have to,
So
that's why we
so,
have to become a master. Yes, bolo, bolo.
observing mauna is very practical way to control the senses initially.
All these are the process. Just mauna is not enough. Suppose somebody is doing mauna, and after that he comes out of mauna, sometimes he can burst. Then you've not achieved anything. You should
Yes,
not only do mauna, but you should get through a metamorphosis.
yes,
You must be transformed. You must be awakened.
yeah. They say that the energy of speech, which is should be transformed into a spiritual energy
So these are all
by
part of, that's why I
controlling the
said,
tongue.
that's exactly what I told you just now to conclude again. You should control, and Siva, you should
And then
command
command.
your tongue. Not only you should control your tongue, you should be able to tell your tongue, hello, my dear, my Prabhuji, namaskar to you. You must be able to speak sweetly. You should be able to command your tongue, not only control your tongue. Okay,
Yes.
Sachin.
That
Thank you. Sachin, Harindra, Shivoham,
एक मिनट
and
just give me a
Rashmi.
minute.
Yes,
Shivam Guruji.
Shivoham. Shiva.
Guruji, as per my learning, one has to get free from the body, then
Yeah,
only one can get free from senses. That is my
correct.
submission. Nothing else is
Very good.
required.
No,
That's
no,
it.
very beautifully said. Therefore, what you have to get? You have to be enlightened. If you go from being
Yes,
AFA to EFE, if you say I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the enlightened ego, then I am free from the
Niti,
body, I'm free from the body, I'm free from the mind. I live as the enlightened ego. Then what happens, Sachiv? Then do you have to worry about this point then?
nothing.
Uh, but if you're not free from the body and mind,
Then we can never be enlightened.
then we can never have control of our senses.
Right.
Then means we don't have control of our senses, then what happens, Sachiv?
We cannot get, our intellect cannot get open. If our
And what
intellect doesn't
happens
get open, then
when we
such
are,
a,
when we are not a master of senses, what happens?
then we cannot have that such pragya, that state of such.
Then
Uh,
we are creating karma. Not only we are
uh,
creating karma, we'll create karma on earth, and then we will suffer rebirth.
and we'll come back.
Therefore, this whole journey of spirituality is so important. There can be nothing more important in this journey. I told you this year I'm switching to happiness, but my focus on enlightenment is not going anywhere. Main focus is enlightenment, the core, and happiness is the door. Enlightenment is the core. So we should not leave that. We should not leave it. Thank you,
Just to
Harinder.
also add, Guruji, I just want to add one more thing. I was watching one of the podcasts which you did with Mr. Satpal Singh.
Hmm.
If anyone has not watched this, one must watch. It's very, it is beautiful. It's beautiful. And also,
Okay.
which is being done with Anirudh Maharaj. And the third one, which I was watching today with Sudhanshuji Maharaj. These are excellent podcasts.
Okay, good. Thank you, Harendra. Harendra Shivoham. I have not watched all the podcasts. And once I speak, I have no time to watch the podcast. Harendra Shivoham and
राधे राधे
Lakshmi.
गुरुजी।
Radhe Radhe.
राधे
बोलो
राधे सर।
राधे 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 बोलो।
सर आप भक्ति मार्ग के बारे में बताइए ना सर कुछ।
भक्ति मार्ग, भक्ति में
हाँ
है
सर।
वो शक्ति, भक्ति में है वो शक्ति, हाँ? जिससे
हाँ सर।
मिलेगी, जिससे होगी अनुभूति, जिससे मिलेगी मुक्ति।
अच्छा सर।
तो मेरा एक बहुत पुराना भजन है, उसका भजन का बोल क्या है पता है? मैंने लिखा उसमें, शिव भक्ति में जादू है, जो
हाँ
चाहे वो पूरी करे, मांग ले तुम भक्ति से, शिव शंकर की शक्ति है। ये पुराना बहुत 20 साल पहले जब मैं भक्ति मार्ग पे था। अभी तो भक्ति
हाँ
से
सर।
हो गई शक्ति, शक्ति से हो गई अनुभूति, तो गाड़ी निकल गई अभी।
तो सर स्टार्टिंग में तो भक्ति करनी पड़ती है ना सर।
ऑफ कोर्स, पहले तो
आप
नर्सरी
कल
में जाना पड़ता है ना, पहले तो किंडरगार्टन में जाना पड़ता है, उसके बाद ही यूनिवर्सिटी जा सकते हैं ना।
नहीं सर, आप कल बता रहे थे कि मूर्ति पूजा और उस नाम जप के बारे में।
अगर मूर्ति पूजा और नाम जप में अगर हम पूरी जिंदगी में फंस जाएंगे तो वापस आएंगे।
हाँ सर।
हमें पहले मूर्ति की पूजा करनी है, बाद में क्या
हाँ सर।
एहसास करना है कि प्रभु कहाँ है, प्रभु क्या मंदिर में है?
सबके हृदय में है सर।
अंदर में है, मंदिर में नहीं,
हाँ
अंदर
सर।
में है।
अच्छा सर।
हाँ, तो ये पहले पहले भक्ति से ही इसका एहसास होगा, भक्ति नहीं होगी तो एहसास नहीं होगा।
तो भक्ति कैसे करनी
राधे
चाहिए सर?
राधे। हाँ,
भक्ति कैसे करनी चाहिए सर?
कोई भी कुछ भी करो प्रेम से, प्रभु के प्यास में तुम जियो, वो भक्ति हो गया। कीर्तन करो, भजन कीर्तन करो, पूजा करो, आरती करो, अभिषेक करो, कुछ भी करो, सब भक्ति है। भक्ति में
अच्छा सर।
प्यार होनी चाहिए, भक्ति सच्ची भक्ति होनी चाहिए। मतलब
आप तो
भक्ति का हाँ,
आप तो शिव जी के बहुत बड़े भक्त हैं सर पहले।
हमेशा था और हमेशा हूँ। फर्क ये है कि अभी शिव जी
हाँ।
मुझे मेरे अंदर आ गए हैं।
अच्छा सर, आपने वो मूर्ति बनवाई वो भी देखी है सर हमने।
Very good, very good. Shivoham, thank you. Thank you, Arindra. Every day one question or the other. We have only 2 minutes to close. Shivoham, Lakshmi, Rajanand, and Premchandji. 4 questions. Quick comments. Come on, Shivoham.
Shivam Saji, to
Yes,
be
sir.
free from the senses, one should be in go for meditation and mindfulness. Be in the present moment. Detach from thoughts and emotions. Being aware of all these. Detach from thoughts. Divert the mind and go into prayer and bhajans. One example is yours, Sarji. Sarji, when you are out of India, you are full time in control of your senses, writing books. They're always connected to the divine. Lyrics or books or bhajans, whatever you do, you don't have any time for other matters. But when you
When
are
I'm
in
not, when,
Bangalore, you get distracted by something or the other in the
when
temple.
when I'm out of Bangalore, I spend more time with SIP.
Yeah, that is what you're connected to SIP always, full time. You get more time over there with SIP. So you're
Yeah.
in control of all your senses. Example.
So
But in Bangalore,
when I go out of Bangalore, I don't go for sightseeing.
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
go
sir.
यहाँ देखना वो देखना, यहाँ पे टूर के लिए जाना है, ये एंटरटेनमेंट के लिए जाना है। I don't go anywhere.
नहीं नहीं सर जी, आप तो बुक लिखते हैं या लिरिक्स लिखते हैं. You're
So
always connected.
I go for a walk around the lake. For the exam, I went for 1 hour lake walk today, and I'm silent. I'm still. This is tomorrow's topic. This is tomorrow's topic exactly. Please pay attention to tomorrow's topic, Friday. I will explain this in detail tomorrow. Okay?
When you're for going for a walk over there, sir ji, chanda mein tu, taro mein tu, panchi mein tu, you realize all those things.
प्रभु तो कण कण में है ना, प्रभु तो हर today I was looking at small birds, very small birds. Each of the bird is nothing but SIP, no?
Very
And those,
yes, sir.
and whoever I see, whatever I see, I only see SIP. Even if Shaitan is there, I see Bhagwan.
Bhagwan.
Even if shaitan comes also, I see Bhagwan. That is the practice. Correct.
That is the energy God has given you, Sirji.
When a devil comes, you must see Devi. You must see Devi. Of course, sometimes we teach people when the devil is coming like a mad elephant, then when the mad elephant is coming, you don't go in front of the mad elephant. If you go in front of the mad elephant will kick you. But you let the mad elephant pass by. After the mad elephant passes by, then everything will come back to normal. Everything will be okay. Okay,
Correct.
Rashmi, thank you. Rashmi Rajanand Premchandji. 2 minutes to close. Rashmi Rajanand Premchand.
Shivam, Guruji.
Shivoham.
I'm just wondering because if you accept everything as it is and you are not reacting and you are accepting, and then people are taking advantage, and then you feel bad, So is this because of past karma or because I'm people person, so I immediately feel hurted.
When people are taking advantage, it's a drama. If people are taking advantage of you, you should not react. If
No,
people are
I'm not
taking,
taking more advantage.
huh?
If I'm not taking it, I'm not reacting, then it will, I'm not reacting so that they take more advantage.
When people take more advantage, you do, hey, shop, you do like that. Then they will become okay. Therefore, when people take advantage, we are allowed to use our temper, not lose our temper.
No, I
When
never.
people see, let me tell you one thing. In this world, people taking advantage is part of the Leela. It's part of the drama, correct? But we must be in consciousness. Still, we must see sip in them. If you think somebody is taking advantage of you, still you must not lose command of your consciousness. You must remain in consciousness and see sip on every lip.
So that I'm doing, but because of that, they are taking more advantage.
Why you are thinking about any advantage, not advantage? Just be in sip consciousness. What advantage they will take? What will they do?
They will tell they will anti-propaganda or they will tell
Let
this.
them do. You surrender to sip. I'm not saying you sit quietly. Sometimes you need to take some action. You take action, but don't internalize it. Don't get disturbed. Don't get upset. Be in consciousness. Take whatever action you want in consciousness. Don't take action in mind state. Okay? Rajanand and Premchandji, quickly, 9 o'clock.
Shivam, sir.
Sir, namaskar. Quick comment.
Sir, consistency in being in consciousness increases discriminatory power. Double-edged sword, जो आप बोलते रहते हैं कभी-कभी, helps in creating dispassion. I am not the body, I am not the mind, and that helps to create that calmness and serenity. And meanwhile, the body is controlled, body senses are controlled, and mind is gone. And when mind is gone, the operative factor जो आप बोल रहे थे last year, वो क्या कछुई की तरह, tortoise की तरह, the operative factor gets invoked, and you are able to withdraw the toxic senses, or you are able to withdraw the useless senses from the useful senses, and you remain in consciousness, whatever it's.
Good, well said. Good points. If you had come earlier, I would have discussed more. अभी तो time नहीं है, Premchand ji. लेकिन good points you have said. I will conclude. I will try to conclude with that. Premchand Gupta. Unmute कीजिए.
शिवोहम गुरुदेव.
शिवोहम बोलिए.
Let me rather tell you first thing, what is five senses, what for? These are giving pleasure. Pleasure is a part of Maya. It is not an everlasting subject. So you have to understand and to control it by the using intellect. Mahatma Gandhi decided to leave the sex at the age of 35. He succeeded in third time. Vivekanand told that he was a very fond of jalebi, and he gave a gobar to his tongue. Swami Ramtirth was very fond of apple. He kept one apple in his almirah and daily he didn't take anything. He only saw when you सड़ गया तो उसने कहा मैं इसके लिए मर रहा था, उसने फेंक दिया. तो पतंजलि ने कहा है कि अगर आपको मास्टरी करनी है तो you have to be used the fifth point of his eight yoga pratyahar. If you are fond of the best sweet, keep it on the table and don't eat it. See daily, but have a control over it that it is a matlab temporary phase, and then you will be master, and then you can be a master of your five senses. And until unless you are master of five senses, you cannot go ahead.
Very beautiful, very beautiful. बहुत अच्छा कहा प्रेमचंद जी, आपने बहुत बढ़िया कहा. Let me conclude. Thank you, Premchand ji. My dear friends, Premchand ji told something very beautiful. Keep the apple on your table and don't eat it, although you watch it every day. But I am asking you to go one step further. I don't encourage tapasya. What do I encourage? I encourage you to be a master of intelligence. What Krishna calls Sthit Pragya in the Bhagavad Gita. My dear friends, how can I become a master of my senses? By the simple realization, I am not this body. I am not this body. There is no mind. My ego is enlightened. I am the divine soul. The soul is SIP. Every soul is SIP. SIP is in every atom. My dear friends, the process what we are learning on this Zoom call is a very easy process. If you want to eat masala dosa, eat it now. No problem. If you're crazy about masala dosa, what Premchand ji is saying, 7 days keep the masala dosa in front of you and don't eat it. Every day you get one masala dosa, give it away to somebody. Get it and give it away to somebody. That way you are able to build discipline. What is it? Pratyahara. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama. Pratyahara. Withdrawal. Dharana, concentration, dhyana, meditation, samadhi. So pratyahara is also known as upariti. This pratyahara or upariti is like when a tortoise, I think Rajaram said that, when a tortoise comes, you should be able to go within the shell, within your shell. My dear friends, I have a different way for you to become a master. And I told you before, 10 minutes back, don't just control your senses, command your senses. Don't just stop your senses, redirect your senses. Transform your senses from the false ego to the enlightened ego. Don't shut your eyes, but open your eyes to the divinity that's everywhere. Don't shut your ears, but use your ears. Don't stop your tongue. Don't stop your tongue, but make your tongue sweet. Let your tongue repeat the name of SIP. Let SIP be on your lip. Therefore, to become a master of the senses, don't just try to restrict the senses. Don't just try to control the senses. Command the senses. Command the senses means the senses will follow what you say. Then you have become a sthit pragya. Then who started first? I am Atma. Then your intellect will block the gushing river of toxic thoughts. You will build a dam. You will be able to discriminate every thought. Your senses will be like the 5 horses of the Bhagavad Gita chariot. The mind will be the reins, but you will be the charioteer. And as you are the charioteer, you will control these horses and you will ride, you will gallop to that destination of Prabhu, Prabhu, Prabhu. Therefore, let all your indriyas, let all your senses seek liberation, seek unification with Prabhu. Without your senses, you cannot achieve it. You cannot attain Prabhu. Who told the 5 senses are the ones who, somebody said just now before we closing, the 5 senses are part of Maya. These 5 senses are, they bhatak jate, they take us away from Prabhu. No, 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 no. The 5 senses are the only 5 senses can make you one with Prabhu. Please change the direction of your senses. Take command of the horses and drive to the destination of liberation. With folded hands, I bow down to you.